Hi, everybody. So, obviously, this is another episode of Ghost Experiences. And today I have a very special guest. And I know that you guys are going to be seeing the advertisements and stuff that's coming up pretty soon. And this person looks absolutely fabulous. And this is Decomposer. I've already said this before, but I'm going to say it again, just for film value. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look amazing. I'm so grateful that you could be here.
Thank
and I
you
know,
for having me.
I know everybody out there is going to be super, super stoked to see you because, first off, a lot of the people that obviously watch my stuff, they love makeup. They love just this in general is just, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So, we were going through the survey and stuff, and I saw on there that basically you had a couple of experiences that we could talk about here in a little bit. But we were also going to talk about a little bit about the drag industry, how things have changed, because obviously, I've been out of the scene for a hot minute, and then, you popped onto the scene and
fresh.
Right. And I was gagging. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, who is this person? I have to know who they are. And you and I, we've worked together twice. We worked together during Tulsa Pride, and we worked together for Josie and Sasha's show, which was the Halloween show, right? So for you, what is when you start getting ready, what is Decomposer's routine? What do you do to get ready?
Stare at my drag. Remind myself that I like to do drag. It's very fun. We like to have fun here.
Right?
I don't know. It's like a little ritual, dare I say. I like to put all of my makeup out. I spread it out in order.
Likewise.
I'm already packed and ready to go, though. It's just the makeup.
Right?
Sometimes it takes me 4 hours. Depends on how much I want to dedicate time to.
Right.
I think my shortest amount of time getting ready was just under 2 hours. Maybe.
Girl, okay,
Maybe.
so so that's a record. Because with
you.
me, I remember I would take a whole day. A whole day. I'm dead serious. But for me, when I was doing drag full time, I would be glass of wine, sipping on out through the day, listening to Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, just all of the favorite bands that I have and all of my inspiration.
Really get into the mood.
Yeah, really get into the mood and just kind of let the look come to me.
Okay.
But I mean, now as far as costuming and stuff, oh no, it would be 30 minutes before a show and I'd be like, I think I'm going to change my mind on this one, that one, this one. And next thing you know, I'm running late. That's literally, yeah, I would do that from time to time. And then I was just maybe I shouldn't drink wine while I'm getting ready. I was this is probably a problem.
I did that once on a live for shits and giggles before I was really into drag performing and gone. Midway through, I was like,
what was I doing? What? Right? So what is somebody okay, because our aesthetics they're both alternative, but they're both very different.
Yeah.
So what is your biggest inspiration for the things that you do whenever it comes to drag performances, or as far as your aesthetic and how you look?
Okay, I've thought about this a lot because very few, surprisingly, people have asked me what I'm inspired by. A lot of people are like, oh, clowns. That is true. I have always loved a little clown. Ever since I was little, love clowns. But Eva Destruction, I've been following her for about 10 or so years now. I've loved to see her progress. She's a big inspiration for my drag. But Club Kid Couture, high fashion, McQueen and stuff.
You mean Alexander McQueen?
Yes.
Yes.
Alexander
Oh my
McQueen.
gosh. There is some outfits. I think you might know the one that I'm talking about. It has a lot of scales to it.
That alone.
Everything.
My mom was like, do you know this? And I was like, I'm gonna need to know this now.
I'm gonna need to know this now. Rest his soul, because obviously Alexander McQueen is no longer with us.
Yeah.
But his fashion is still a staple to this
lives
day.
on.
It is unstoppable because Lady Gaga, there's so many artists that still refer to his fashion.
It's beautiful to see.
Oh yeah, no, it's aesthetically pleasing in every single way possible. And fun fact, so whenever I started doing drag performances, I was actually terrified of clowns when I was growing up. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Look at you now.
Right. And so I literally was terrified of clowns growing up. And then all of a sudden, I remember I got booked for this just, so have you been to the Tulsa State Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever go when there was a clown named Bobo?
No, I've never seen a clown at the fair.
Okay,
It's a
so
crime.
at the Tulsa State Fair, there was a clown that was known as Bobo the Clown, and he was a big time heckler, and I mean he was rude as all get out. And there was exactly 4 of us that did that act. And what it was is basically like we would heckle to get people to buy balls to dunk us. And I remember one year I went and I was just like, oh God, I really hate this clown. Not only does it freak me out, but also he's really rude. And I think the first one that I ever met, like he like called me like Justin Bieber or something. I was like, excuse me. And I remember I was working at Majestic one night, and I had this guy walk up to me, and he was like, "Hey, I'm looking for somebody to fill in a spot at the Tulsa State Fair." And I was like, "What?" And he did not tell me what it was until literally the day before. He was just like, "Oh, by the way, you're going to be one of our stand-in like Bobos," and I was like, "Are you serious?" So like they had a makeup artist there.
I was gonna say they painted you down to be a clown.
Oh yeah, they straight up. They straight up like they were just like, oh hey, we're gonna put you in this. It's a waterproof clown costume. It was the most uncomfortable and most itchiest thing I'd ever worn in my entire life.
Can't imagine.
They put me in like a bowl hat and like literally painted my face in like literal water like paint, and it, like my face felt like a raisin. I was just like, how is this like what? And so
This is why you're rude.
yeah, I was like, you're gonna pay my medical bills if I break out. I was like, if I get a rash from this is gonna be a problem. And then it ended up becoming like a life changer because like I saw myself dressed as a clown for the first time, and then immediately I was like, I'm gonna have to like integrate this somehow into my drag. But I didn't want to do like full white face, but I wanted.
Oh, I hate it here.
But what I wanted to do was just like, skin tone, but like very like goth, but very like diamond eyes, but like faded out. And so it just stuck. It just never went away. And then obviously you know who Chanel is, right?
Of course.
So Chanel, oh my gosh. Okay, Chanel, if you're watching this and anything, I am so sorry. Anyways,
I'll personally send it.
please do. I've been trying. I want to get her on the show, but she's just not responding to my messages.
She's just so busy.
I know. She's a hardworking girl, going to Disneyland and all that stuff. Anyways, so but no, so like I remember like my contour was super super dark, and she would always be like, "Oh, it looks like you have a cookie like right here on your," and I'm like, girl. I'm like, I like cookies. Anyways,
That's a compliment.
yeah, it's a compliment. Come on, I'm edible. Like, hi. So okay, so other than like your inspirations, now like I've seen you perform, and your music choices are impeccable for like your aesthetic.
Thank you.
And so when it comes to music, what is some of the things that like really drives like for like that inspirational like takeover? Because for me, it's like hypnotism. Like I hear a song and I'm just all like, oh, I have to be able to look around this.
I wish I had a power like that. It takes me, sometimes I wish people would reach out to me a month in advance because it takes me so long to choose music. A look, I can do it. It's fine. Whatever. Mismatch, I'm good. Music though, I love a story. I love to do a concept look with a story. I hate repetitive music.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it though. And it's really hard out here being an alternative performer because you'll do alternative music or like just rock because people don't know.
Yeah, because most entertainers do top 40.
Yep.
And
I hate top 40. I don't hate it. I dislike it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like performing it because when I try to, as people will tell me to get more money, I don't make anything.
Yeah, no, I remember that, growing up in the drag industry, there was several entertainers that was like, "Oh, you got to do top 40. Like they'll relate to you more if they know a song that you're doing."
But they
And I'm
won't
like,
relate to.
they won't relate to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thought was, well, you know what? Maybe they just need to hear something a little different. Instead of top 40, let's
know what?
introduce them to some new music.
And they get hype. And
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
they'll know it. And I'm like, sing along with me, baby. This is it. This is for us.
Exactly. Like live in this moment right now, in this moment right now. Yeah, no, because like a lot of the things like for drag performances, like I stuck to things that were very political. So
I don't
obviously,
get that a lot anymore.
yeah, we don't. Yeah, I've kind of.
I would like to bring it back.
So I mean, maybe, hey, maybe one day I might pop out again. You never know.
Maybe next month.
So, I mean, for me, I always remember like, the homage to Stonewall. Stonewall, the Club Kids, etc. Something that both you and I obviously know about.
Yes.
And
Educated.
yeah, educated. Hello. And my thought is like, I'm seeing all these performances that are about, love, sex, money, etc. And I'm just like, well, what about like the political climate, right? And fun fact, so obviously you know who London is, right?
Oh, yes.
So I remember back in the day, I had this original like captain's hat, and it had the anti like Nazi symbol on it. So it was like the Nazi
Beautiful.
symbol with like the red circle and the line through it. And I wore it quite frequently during a lot of numbers. And I remember London asked me, she said, "Why do you wear that hat all the time?" And I was like, "Do you not watch the news?" Do you not watch the news? She was like, "Well, what does the news have to do with like da da da?" And I was like, first off, love you. But like, I like to keep things political. It's the same thing. Like, I remember one year for Valentine's Day, all the girls were doing love songs and, ballads and da 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 da. And I got up there and I did, Evanescence.
I love a heartbreak.
Yeah, good heartbreak.
Love a good heartbreak.
And you know what? I killed that number. I made a lot of freaking money on that. And it was very surprising because there was a few entertainers that were just like, I thought the school plan was that we were all doing Valentine's Day songs. And I was like,
And
yeah,
did.
I did. You forgot the other part of Valentine's Day. Heartbreak. Like, so other than that, I do know that like one of your biggest supporters, which I love her because obviously she's in my house, is your mother.
Yeah.
And we obviously know that in today's political climate, things are getting rough. We already know. Okay. And so your mom is a massive supporter. She absolutely adores you.
Dare I say, my number one biggest fan. Everyone else will say they're that. You'll never beat her.
Oh, yeah.
You'll never beat
Yeah,
her.
no. So your mom, obviously, your mom's going to be on here in a few seconds.
Just maybe.
And just maybe, she's up there, talking with my husband, having a good old time. And so, yeah, no, your mom is impeccable. I think the first time I met your mom was at the show with Josie and Sasha.
Yeah.
And me and your mom had a very long conversation. And I was just like...
That's why she was gone the whole time. I was like, where is she? Oh, I don't know.
She's outside talking to Heavenly, because I'm literally just like, your child is like amazing. Because my thought is like, I remember like, there's very few like entertainers in the industry because like you and I had talked about how sometimes we get compared to like, Jeffree Star or like Sharon Needles or
I've got Mig. It's the white base.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, well, no, because I've had somebody ask me if you were like, I don't know if I'm saying this right. I'm probably going to butcher it. Is like Sisters of Petrol Indulgence.
I haven't. Yeah, no one's outright asked me about that,
Yeah,
but
I had somebody that was just because I think I was showing pictures of you to somebody. I can't remember who it was. And I was just like, oh my God, like, look, like the aesthetic is just so pleasing. And like, look at this, it's amazing. And I remember that person. Oh, that's who it was, my cousin. My cousin, because he's a very old gay. Okay, like, early 80s, 90s. And he was like, are they like an homage to like Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence? And I was like, no, no,
I'm just
no.
a little baby dad.
Right? And so, but yeah, no, I was just like, I was starstruck. Like, everything that you do is aesthetically pleasing. It's amazing. You are absolutely the epitome of art. And that's not me gassing you up. That is literally the truth.
Oh no, real recognizes real. I appreciate it so much.
Like, I remember, like, because I told my spouse this, and I think we were just talking about this the first time we worked together at Tulsa Pride. I was so nervous to be in the same room with you that I literally messed your name up.
I took a glance at you and was like, "Oh my god, I'm like on the same area of getting ready area."
Like, and that's
I was normal.
right. And my thought is like, I had been out of the scene for like so long. And so when I found out that you kind of already knew who I was like, excuse me? What? I was like, I haven't been around in years. I was like, my name still has value? What? Yeah, no, I was shocked by that. But then I was also extremely honored to be in the same room with you because I think I remember asking Josie, I was like, where's this person at? When are they gonna be here? And no, like you know that saying like, oh, don't ever like, meet your idols or whatever. And I was just like, okay, this person is somebody's idol, but this person is like an inspiration at this point. Like they have continued what I felt like was because like when I was doing the alternative stuff, my dream was to like break ground and show a difference in the community that hey, like drag is not a cookie cutter. Drag is not a one style. And seeing you out as well as like a few others, like I was just like, man, like this is crazy. Like it's like I'm having an out of body experience at this moment. Like I'm seeing a revolution happen.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, it's a slow crawl, I feel, locally specifically, but just in general, I'm very thankful I've come up in this era of drag.
Well, and I'm grateful that you're doing this because the thing is like, like I've said before, is like, growing up as a drag entertainer, as like a little drag baby from the age of 13, it was all pageantry. It was all, oh, looking fish, which is a gay term for looking like a natural woman. And, just, oh, I'm a streetwalker basically. And versus what we do is not that at all. No, it is not. And so, like I came in and it was like I was like the only black egg born from from that chicken, and everybody else was polished and white, and it was just like hi, and then seeing you, it was just like oh my god, like this person's moving mountains, they're doing things. Like right, it's amazing. Like I'm just like okay, I want to fall on the floor already. And I've seen you perform, and your performances are amazing. And well, remember what I said. Like for us, we always see videos of ourselves performing, but we never see. It's rare that you see somebody like yourself performing.
Very rare.
So like. Daniel and my family and everybody can contest that. I'm always just like, I rewatch. I don't know if you do that or not. Like
very often.
You
Yes.
rewatch yourself performing because it's another way of learning. So like, oh, well, I could do this better, or what if I did this instead of this?
Yep.
And some people may take that as like, oh, you're just being, you're watching yourself.
Nah.
No, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, very much.
It is a learning experience. So you do have upcoming bookings.
I do.
So if anybody wanted to see you in the local area in Oklahoma, right? When is your next upcoming booking?
So I am booked out of state a lot this
Okay.
month. But I am coming to OKC on May 24th for It's Poppin' with Paprika Cherry.
So May 24th, I have nothing going on that day, and I haven't been in Oklahoma City in a while. So I might have to take a road trip.
Just maybe.
Just maybe I might have to take a road trip. So if you are interested and you want to come see a show that you definitely will not forget, especially with the Oklahoma City Queens.
That's going to be a good time.
No tea, no shade to any of the Tulsa Queens. Love you. But definitely come to Oklahoma City. Come see Miss Decomposer.
Come see me. Say hi. Maybe.
One or the other. One or the other. So, okay, so you said that you've had some paranormal experiences. I've told you about some stuff that I've already experienced and everything, so I'm interested to hear about yours.
I feel like mine are not as exciting as yours.
Listen, any paranormal experience is just as exciting. Anything that proves that there's life after death, I am here for it.
And a lot of them happened when I was like over 10 years ago. I haven't had many experiences since, so it's kind of rough in the brain. Sorry. Whoa. Trying to pick and choose which one that I would like. I see a lot of stuff. Not full body apparitions, but I see a lot of like orbs and shadows. And there's this one time with my partner at the time's apartment was very, very haunted. There were two shadow figures that would just mess around with them hardcore because
All
we're
the time.
kids and they had toddler siblings. So it was every time I went there, I was like, I want to see you. I really don't like that corner in the room.
I don't like that corner. I don't want to go there.
Your room. But there was this time we were playing Zelda on the GameCube, and they walked away. They went to the bathroom or something, and the loading screen popped on, and there was a figure behind the couch because there was space behind the couch.
So you saw it in the
So I thought it was
reflection
my
of the
partner.
TV.
And I was like, I can't beat this boss.
No.
We're
So
gonna
you-
go back to the game.
This is the reason why I like every single time. So like upstairs, it's a projection screen because anything that reflects. So there's on one of the episodes I told Daniel because he has a black mirror. So I don't do black mirrors, which is so funny because my desk is black. And so it's because you can see things behind you.
Yes.
So inadvertently, and the thing about like TVs is that they emit electrical atmosphere. So like things can feed off of it.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't know if you saw like the recent episode with what is it? Ghost Adventures. They recently did an investigation of the Poltergeist house.
I have not.
Girl, it's amazing. So like
Can't wait to go home.
right, I have to watch this. But yeah, no, they did an investigation, and they have the original static TV from the movie in the episode, and literally you can see that like the TV is being used as a way of communication. And so like when you say that, I'm just like, no, that is like my worst nightmare.
Oh,
Worst nightmare.
same.
Like
That
turn on the
was
TV, something's behind me. Oh crap.
That is core memory and probably the best paranormal experience I've ever had.
See,
to this day.
yeah, no, because
Knock on wood.
I told you because we're getting ready to do an investigation here soon and everything. And if you're interested, I would love to invite you.
Oh, if I could, I would absolutely go.
So there's the grumpy old man, the blue lady, and then there's the basically dark figure that lives in the closet that's in this property. And so, yeah. So, and I don't know what we're dealing with. It could be something malevolent. It could be something nice. It could be something, I don't know.
Just wait and see. Find
Just
out.
gotta wait and see. I mean, it should be interesting to say the least. I think that I'm really excited for it because it's my first. And here's the thing, my spouse knows this. I won't go through a haunted house to save my life.
Oh.
You'd be surprised. I do scary. I
mean,
do creepy
you
and weird.
were afraid of clowns, so I can't be that surprised.
Right, that's true. So like, yeah, I do weird and crazy crap, but then at the same time, I won't go through a haunted house.
I do love me a good haunted house.
See, and everything. But I've worked in haunted houses though. So if you guys ever go out to Castle and Muskogee and somebody's chasing you, maybe with a chainsaw. Oh.
Was that you 2 years ago?
Maybe. You never know. But yeah, no. So, okay, let's go ahead and get your mom and everything and see what your mother has to say. And we'll go from there. Okay, so now we have your mother. So, okay, I was literally just telling Decomposer about how amazing you are because, like, you are like mom royalty in the sense that, like, you absolutely adore your child. And so, we obviously have talked about like our experiences like in the drag industry and stuff like that, but there's also another part to it as well, is where not a lot of drag entertainers have very supportive parents. And so that's where you come in because, like, bravo. So, um, so you seeing your child perform. So what is, like, your experiences going into like venues and stuff like that? Like, how, what is your experiences been as far as like seeing the community that obviously we're both a part of?
Very welcoming, very appreciative that I'm there to support the community. Um, it's a, it's underrated. I think people think more nefarious things about going to a drag show. It's just fun. It's entertainment. It's beauty. It's art, and it's not always pageantry. And I thought that's what drag would be. I like the
Well, it used to be a lot of pageantry
yes.
and everything. It's not anymore, thankfully.
I enjoy some of the really pretty girls and the crowns and stuff and the glitter. I like glitter too, but I like the poetic part of it, the feeling that you get when you watch somebody and they're connected with what they're performing. It feels like that's them being able to speak. Maybe they couldn't do that.
Yeah, like performance art. And that's something I think, you remember I told you about, like, back in the day, Oklahoma City and Tulsa used to have kind of like a rivalry because of like
Mm-hmm.
makeup styles and aesthetics and stuff. And I remember there was this old entertainer, which I don't even know if they're even still around or not. They had asked me, they said, "Why do you do so much clown white underneath your eyes?" And I was like, I have a huge love for kabuki and other cultures because in other places, women are allowed to perform, and it's typically men that are in drag.
Mm-hmm.
And so the art of kabuki was very much something that I really liked, but I wanted it to be, put more into my aesthetic. But with Oklahoma City and Tulsa Queens, there was a difference because Oklahoma City Queens, they love their clown white.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme highlight, extremely pinched nose, extremely stretched eyes, very big eyelashes, very out there. Tulsa Queens at that time, and we're talking like years and years ago, 10 plus years ago, Tulsa Queens were not like that. And so obviously, now seeing like somebody like yourself and a supportive mother that's out in the club in Tulsa, that's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
It's
So-
noticeable.
Oh yeah, and it's extremely noticeable. And then of course, seeing, both of you, out at Pride and out at the venues and stuff like that. So overall, huge commend. Like, I mean, you guys are amazing. So, and are you going to be at the Oklahoma City show?
Yeah, it's popping.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to make plans to be there and everything, as long as, like, husband's work, my work, and child and stuff, everything. If the stars align, I will be there. But I do have something else for you.
For me?
Yes, for
me?
you. You don't get to just be on my show and not walk away with
Listen,
nothing.
this is already
So-
very much an honor to be here.
Somebody had mentioned that they like balloon dogs. So here's the thing. So, like, I know how to do balloon animals, and I figured, I was like, you know what? She loves clowns. I'm pretty sure she knows how to do it.
I know how to make a dog.
See, there you go. And everything. So these are yours,
Oh, thank you.
but also that's not it. She also likes buttered popcorn.
I sure do.
So there's some buttered popcorn. So whenever the podcast comes out on the 8th and everything, today, now that you guys are watching this and everything, you'll be able to sit and eat some popcorn. But that's not it. Some cotton candy as well.
My favorite.
And
Would it be a crime to eat on the podcast?
but there's two.
I will inhale this right now. Watch me.
So literally, I was just like, you know what? I was like, she listed a bunch of stuff on there, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go get these things and
you
stuff.
sure did.
And of course, obviously, you said water, so I made sure to get some water and everything. But
wanna
then
add
I was just like, oh, I should have asked like you what your mom wanted, so that way I could have gotten you some stuff too. I was surprised you even brought me flowers. I was like, oh,
Well,
I was
of
like-
course.
I was like, my husband hasn't even bought me flowers in years and everything. I just told him that. I was like, oh, she brought me flowers. He's like, I've gotten you flowers on our first anniversary. And he was like, is that shade? I was like, maybe. So I hope that you've enjoyed your time here. And I'm so grateful for you coming and being on the show.
I feel honored to be part of this.
Well,
This is amazing.
I mean, if you guys want to, at any point, you guys are welcome to come back. If there's something that you guys would like to talk about, or if there's something else that you would like to show, you're welcome to. Something else that we had talked about is the possibility of you obviously being the special guest makeup artist on Freaky Fridays.
Yes.
So this lovely person over here will most likely be doing my makeup
I
for
sure
Freaky
will.
Fridays.
It'll be a
And-
first.
Here's the thing. Nobody has ever painted my face.
Shut up.
I have always been my own makeup artist. So this
Special.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Heard.
Real
Yes.
special.
Thanks,
Real special. So yes, literally everybody out there on YouTube can literally contest. I have never had anybody else touch my face.
Wow.
So you will be the first. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there can probably guess the reason why you're the first is because one, I've never met anybody that actually has an aesthetic that I'm just like, oh, please do something with my face and everything. I've had pageant queens go, oh, I want to do your makeup. And I'm like, no.
In the pageantry is.
Yeah. The pageantries? No. So yes, I'm excited to see what you can do because like I said, I'm going to send you the website for Mostly Dead. You'll pick out whatever prosthetics. I'll purchase them. You can design the makeup look. Don't tell me prior and everything. And there won't even be a mirror in the room. So when you're doing my makeup, whatever the finished product is, I will be surprised at the end.
We
So-
shall see. We shall see.
So
I believe in this.
yeah, so you got plenty of time to figure out whatever you need to do because Freaky Fridays doesn't start until October.
I might be booked
Yeah.
and blessed, but I will find the time.
Right. Okay. Well,
Period.
I mean, we can film it in like one day. So, yeah. So, if you guys have liked today's episode and if you would like to take and follow Miss Decomposer, your social media will be listed down in the description. So, if you would like to follow them and figure out where they're going to be at for their next shows, you are more than welcome to. If you have enjoyed today's podcast, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, as well as Apple Podcast. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Ta-ta!